I think another thing that is incredibly valuable and underutilized at Exhibitor Live is the flash sessions and the conversations that are happening on the show floor. I think a lot of attendees tend to be a little fearful of walking on the show floor sometimes, right? If you're not in the market to buy something, it's intimidating to walk on a show floor with a bunch of exhibitors who are going to sell to you, right? But there's so much happening on the show floor that I think people missed this year.
Yeah.
We did a flash session with myself and Julie Kagi from ESCA, the General Service Contractors Association, and Joanne Sanders from the IATSE union. And I think I'm so disappointed that there weren't more people there because it was an incredible discussion. And it's one of those special magical things that happens at Exhibitor Live that you just don't get anywhere else.
Mhm.
The Exhibitor Advocate is putting out our rate survey. So we looked at labor and show service materials rates from 169 events over 24 US cities over the course of 2023. And we will be launching a survey showcasing what those average rates are in the trade show industry. So we presented a couple of snippets of the data from that survey and had a discussion with ESCA and the union about why rates are changing the way they are. Why are they going up? What is going up and what are the consequences to an exhibitor about rates that are increasing if the value at your show is not increasing? And we will not always agree from every stakeholder group about all issues in this industry, but we have to start getting comfortable talking about them. And
Mhm.
Exhibitor Live provides the platform to have those discussions. And so to be able to talk about the hard stuff with the unions and have an open forum for the attendees at the show to ask questions of the union and the GCs is just an opportunity you won't get anywhere else.
Jessica, let me ask you something because I think it's interesting. I want to get, we got a few more people. I want them to come on and give a takeaway, but your takeaway I really liked because it's something that I thought about when I was there. And I don't know if it's my takeaway yet, but it essentially is the mix of education. It is heavy education, right? Like I know this year they stopped the education, I believe it was on Tuesday. So people go to the show floor, but is there a piece, a bit of a gap here because people really do go there for the education and to catch their classes that layering in the show floor, layering in people moving around, checking out vendors, checking out suppliers, exhibit houses, whatever it may be, that just goes missing, that there's a little bit of a missing component there for the CTSM folk. I know from talking to people through our podcast who go to SEMA, who go to EMS, who go to all these different shows. And one of my biggest gripes with all this is that it's a little meat markety and how do you get around it? Right. And
Yeah.
I think some want it more than others, but I feel Exhibitor has a really nice angle with the education, but there's a bit of a gap in getting people to the floor, getting them moving around, getting them feeling okay that they can just go explore, right? Go explore, go see who's out there. Like selfishly, as an exhibit house, I want people to go explore. I don't need to dog you for the next 5 weeks after you leave our space. I want you to know who we are. I want you to gain an understanding of what we're about, why we're there. So I just want your take on that. I'm very curious about that and
Yeah,
your
I
thoughts.
think it's 100% accurate, right? We as an industry need to do this better than anybody, right? We
Yeah.
talk about this all the
Yeah.
time. We talk about matchmaking opportunities where show organizer matchmakes between exhibitors and the attendee, right? We talk about the importance of exhibitors using the data that they get from the attendee base
Mhm.
responsibly and making sure that we're not spamming the entire attendee base, right? Making sure that we're engaging the attendees that are walking the show floor in a fun way and
Yeah.
a responsible way and not making it me markety, right?
Mhm.
So I think we of
It's a
all
bad
people,
term. I threw it out there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how else to
we
say it.
of all people should be able to do it right.
Yeah.
And I love the changes that Exhibitor Live is making. I love the way they set up the stage and the flash session environment
Mm,
so that it is easy to walk into
yeah.
that space and have those discussions and attend those meetings. I think we can do a little bit more to encourage those attendees to feel comfortable walking the show
Yeah.
floor. And some of that's on show management side and some of that's on the exhibitor side at this
Yeah.
particular event, right? So I think it's an ecosystem like we've talked about, and we need to do each of our parts in helping the attendees feel comfortable and
Mhm.
confident to walk into that space and be delighted and surprised by the education they get on the show floor, not
Mm.
just in the CTSM sessions.
Yeah, I think you want them to go explore, and then I think that's on more exhibitor association type, right? To go get them to encourage it. And then it's on people like myself, if we were to exhibit, to deliver an experience
Yeah.
to them. What are they gaining when they come to your booth?